I'm Patricia, just 23, caught in a whirlwind of feelings I never expected. You may be curious about how a girl like me finds herself living with her uncle, especially with the secrets I'm about to reveal. I never thought we would find ourselves here, caught in this moment. In the quiet hours, I lose myself in the world of graphic design, pouring my heart into every stroke and every project. Each piece I create feels like a secret, a whisper of my passion that I share only with those who truly understand. Ever since my parents parted ways, life has felt like a bittersweet struggle. I wandered endlessly, searching for a place to call home. In the end, I found myself drawn to my Uncle Lucas's home, a place that felt both safe and dangerously close to something I shouldn't want. It was never meant to happen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, so I can keep sharing these captivating tales that tug at the heartstrings. Make sure to watch this video until the very end and give it a like, because the story that unfolds is bound to captivate your heart. Your support means everything. A simple like can speak volumes. It all began when my mom left for work, leaving me searching for a place to stay as I wrapped up my college journey. Lucas, my uncle, was the only one who could save me from this tangled web of longing. He shares a life with Jessica, bound by vows, yet a whisper of something more lingers in the shadows. They reside in a charming home nestled in the countryside, a world away from the bustling city. I believed it would be just another fleeting escape to a serene corner of the world, yet everything changed in ways I never anticipated. A few months later, I believed I had settled into the house, the routine, and the calm, or so I dared to think. But today a spark ignited, something I must reveal. It began the moment I stepped into Lucas's room, his peaceful form lost in slumber. Before I dive in, please remember to subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss the unfolding of this tale. Allow me to share a glimpse of Lucas. He's different from any uncle I've ever known. To me, he's always been more than just family. He's been a guiding light, a secret connection that stirs something deep within. He was my first hero, guiding me through the little moments that shaped my world, teaching me to ride a bike, mending what was broken, and surprising me with my first car on my 18th birthday. Each memory lingers, a bittersweet reminder of what could never be. So, when my mom needed someone to take me in, Lucas felt like the only choice, even if it was complicated. He's gentle, understanding, and his kindness wraps around me like a secret we can't share. But it wasn't just him I was stepping into the shadows with. Jessica had always been there, a constant presence that made everything feel just a little more complicated. They tied the knot 2 years back, and in the beginning I had my doubts about her. She was older than Lucas, and there was an undeniable pull about her that left me feeling like an intruder in their world. At first, I took refuge in the guest room, tucked away at the far end of the house, careful not to overstep my bounds. As the days passed, the tension faded and Jessica began to share her secrets of cooking and tidying up, each moment charged with an unspoken connection. We weren't best friends, yet the air between us felt lighter, charged with something unspoken and thrilling. I believed we were finding our way back to each other. But lately there's been a feeling I can't quite put into words. Every moment with Lucas pulled me deeper into a whirlwind of emotions I never expected. His smiles, the fleeting brush of his fingers, and the way his gaze lingered on me when he believed I was lost in thought. It felt like a secret, a fleeting moment that ignited something deep within. The thrill of stolen glances and whispered words lingered in the air, heavy with unspoken desire. Every heartbeat echoed the risk, a beautiful ache that both thrilled and terrified. Unlike anything else, I couldn't turn away from it. A spark ignited between us, charged and undeniable. A pull so strong it felt like a secret longing. I can sense your thoughts lingering in the air between us. Patricia, my heart races at the mere thought of you. What do you mean? He's the one you shouldn't want, yet your heart races at the thought of him. Feels wild. I understand. Yet this bond is impossible to ignore. I attempted to dismiss it, convincing myself it was just a figment of my imagination. Yet, in those stolen moments, the air crackled with an unspoken tension, drawing us closer despite the risks. This is the place. Feelings ignite in the shadows. One evening after dinner, as I immersed myself in my project, the soft sound of footsteps echoed in the hallway, stirring something deep within me. As Lucas slept soundly, lost in dreams, Jessica found herself alone, a flutter of excitement and longing stirring within her. The air was thick with unspoken possibilities, A moment suspended in time, just for them. At first, it barely registered in my mind. But then I heard the soft creak of his bedroom door opening. I hesitated, caught between the urge to let him be and the pull to step closer. Yet an undeniable force drew me to him, whispering secrets in the silence. I gently pushed the door open, my heart racing as I fought the urge to make a sound that might shatter the fragile moment between us. He lay there, serene and unguarded, an arm cradling his head, as if the world around him faded away. As he slept, the light from the window painted gentle shadows across his face, rendering him almost unreachable. I lingered for a heartbeat, my pulse quickening with a mix of longing and fear. Heat rushed to my cheeks and my heart raced wildly. My heart raced in a way I never thought possible. Perhaps I only craved the sight of him, or maybe it was something deeper, something that felt wrong yet irresistible. I had no idea. My heart raced as the vase toppled, shattering the silence that hung heavy in the air. Just inches from where he lay, the sound pulled Lucas from his dreams, his eyes fluttering open, and for a heartbeat, our gazes entwined in a fleeting moment of connection. His eyes held a storm of confusion, a silent plea for understanding. Yet there was something more. Two hearts drawn together in a world that says they shouldn't be. Something indescribable, a feeling that lingered just beyond reach. He blinked slowly, struggling to find clarity in my gaze, then released a soft, sleepy chuckle that sent a thrill through me. Trisha, why are you here in this moment where everything feels so wrong yet so right? He whispered, his voice heavy with the remnants of dreams. My heart raced, caught in a whirlwind of unspoken feelings, as I fumbled for the words that felt just out of reach. I felt the weight of my curiosity, teetering on the edge of something I shouldn't be exploring, yet unable to pull away. My throat tightened, a rush of longing flooding through me. Text. I didn't mean to wake you. I stammered, my cheeks burning with a mix of embarrassment and something deeper, something that felt so wrong yet so right. Lucas stirred awake, his fingers brushing against his eyelids, a lingering heaviness in his heart. His smile sent a rush through my veins, a fleeting moment that felt both exhilarating and wrong. So alike, the smile he offered was always patient, yet it held a secret longing beneath its surface. But today there was a spark in his eyes that felt both thrilling and dangerous, a moment that quickened my heartbeat. His gaze lingered on me, a silent tension hanging in the air before he finally broke the spell with his words. It's all right, he whispered softly. Text. I'm here for you no matter what. You can share anything with me. Patricia, my heart races at the mere thought of you. I'm always here just for you. I nodded, yet my heart raced with confusion. This unfamiliar feeling left me breathless, caught between desire and uncertainty. The air was thick with tension, and my heart raced uncontrollably. I just wanted to talk, I whispered, my heart racing. Lucas's smile dimmed for a fleeting moment, and I caught a glimpse of uncertainty in his eyes before it disappeared. He beckoned her closer, the air thick with unspoken desires. Step closer. In that moment, you can always confide in me, he whispered, his voice laced with a warmth that sent shivers down her spine. I lingered for a heartbeat, caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty. Yet a force deep within urged me on, reckless and unthinking. I found myself beside him, heart racing, knowing the unspoken tension between us. The air crackled with unspoken words, a weight that pulled us closer yet kept us apart. The warmth of his body pressed against me sent shivers down my spine. The scent of him lingered, intoxicating and dangerously close. We were so close that I could hear his breath, the gentle rise and fall of his chest igniting a spark of something forbidden between us. With every breath my heart quickened, caught in a whirlwind of longing. And in that moment, time seemed to stretch as I lifted my gaze to meet his. Our faces hovered just inches apart, and I could feel the heat radiating from him, igniting something deep within me. His gaze lingered, filled with a hesitant longing. Yet there lingered a secret longing, a spark that sent shivers down my spine. Patricia, my heart races at the mere whisper of your name. Are you all right? Lucas whispered softly. Once upon a time, I could respond. I leaned in closer to him, my heart racing with a mix of longing and fear. My heart raced and I struggled to catch my breath. It was unexplainable, this overwhelming intensity that hung in the air, electrifying every moment between us. Lucas lingered, his breath hitching in the charged silence. His gaze locked onto mine, a silent fire igniting between us. His silence hung in the air, heavy with unspoken words. Yet his breath quickened, echoing the frantic rhythm of my own. The air thickened with unspoken words. The air crackled with tension, heavy with everything we couldn't say. My thoughts spun in a chaotic dance. This moment was the culmination of everything that had come before. I was powerless to resist. Slowly, an undeniable connection began to stir within me, a mix of bewilderment and solace that I couldn't quite grasp. Yet, deep down I understood that I had to pull away. He was family, yet my heart whispered secrets that felt wrong to acknowledge. Their fingers brushed, a fleeting spark igniting something unspoken between them. In the beginning it felt fragile, hesitant. But then as his lips brushed against mine, tender and sweet, I lost all control. Every fiber of my being urged me to pull away. Yet my heart raced, drawing me closer. This was everything I craved. I craved this. Lucas's hand brushed against mine, a tender gesture that sent shivers down my spine. I pulled back, my heart racing, uncertain of the unspoken feelings that hung between us. His touch ignited a fire within me. As our lips met, the world around us faded, and the line between us blurred into something intoxicating and dangerously sweet. In that moment, nothing else mattered. It was only us, entwined in a bond that felt both thrilling and wrong. My heart fluttered with a whirlwind of confusion and guilt. Yet there was an undeniable thrill in the air. A whisper of something that felt so right, even if it was wrong. What were we thinking? Why did it feel so urgent? It was a feeling that defied explanation, a connection that danced on the edge of reason. He lingered for a heartbeat, his forehead brushing against mine. A fleeting connection that felt both electric and wrong. Our breaths intertwined, each one a fragile whisper, trembling in the stillness. His pulse throbbed against my skin, a frantic rhythm that mirrored my own racing heart. Patricia, my heart races at the mere sound of your name. His voice was a whisper, laced with an unspoken longing. We really shouldn't, yet doubt lingered in my heart. Of course I whispered, my heart racing. Something deep within me whispered that there was no reason to turn away. With trembling anticipation, I reached for his hand, our fingers weaving together in a secret embrace. He lingered, his fingers entwined with mine, gripping me as fiercely as I clung to him. Our eyes locked and time seemed to stand still. Our silence hung heavy between us. An unspoken tension lingered in the air, heavy and electric. Do we dare? Is it possible for us? My fingers brushed the nape of his neck, drawing him nearer, as if the world around us faded away. I stood on the edge of something I knew I shouldn't touch, my heart racing with the thrill of the forbidden. In that fleeting moment I felt my own fragility. Not love, but an aching desire to be noticed and understood. No hesitation, just an intense longing to remain near him, to bask in his presence. Lucas leaned in, and in that fleeting moment, the air between us crackled with tension, an unspoken line teetering on the edge of being broken. I was lost in the moment, oblivious to the consequences that loomed ahead. I longed to linger in this fleeting moment, where it was just us against the world. My heart raced as he leaned closer, his breath warm against my skin, but I pulled away, the weight of the moment pressing down on us both. His breath brushed against my ear, sending shivers down my spine. A thrill coursed through me, igniting a sensation I had never known. Intense, all-consuming, and undeniably forbidden. It stirred a thrill within me that I couldn't quite articulate. Are you really certain about this? His breath brushed my skin, each word laced with longing. I can't bear the thought of causing you pain. With my eyes shut tight, I searched deep within for the words that felt just out of reach. Every fiber of my being urged me to turn back, to break free. Yet I found myself unable to. The desire was overwhelming, a force that couldn't be ignored. She longed to escape the chaos of her thoughts, to silence the doubts that whispered in the corners of her mind. I only wanted to be near him, I was certain, I whispered. My fingers glide over his chest, tracing the warmth of his skin, igniting a spark that feels both thrilling and wrong. I craved the warmth of safety, the clarity of understanding, and the absence of confusion. Yet, in that fleeting instant, confusion enveloped me, and I craved solitude to unravel my thoughts. Our lips met once more, igniting a spark that felt both thrilling and wrong. And this time the kiss ignited a fire, filled with longing and a hint of danger. There was no turning back now. The world outside felt like a distant dream. This place was insignificant. It was only his touch that ignited something deep within me, yearning, essential, and awakened in a way that felt both thrilling and dangerous. The walls felt like they were closing in, shadows deepening as the spark between us ignited. Each touch, each kiss ignited a spark of longing, a whisper of secrets shared in the shadows, drawing us closer to a world we dared not fully embrace. His heartbeat pulsed against mine, a steady thrum that intertwined with my own. Despite the lingering doubts that clawed at my mind, a deeper part of me gave in, embracing the intoxicating moment we shared. It had transcended mere kisses. It was something deeper, something that felt both thrilling and wrong. It was a spark I couldn't deny, a pull that transcended everything we knew. "I've been feeling so lost lately," Lucas whispered, his voice barely breaking the silence between them. "I can't quite grasp the whirlwind of emotions swirling inside me." My heart raced, emotions tangled in a whirlwind of longing and desire. I craved distance to decipher the whirlwind of emotions within me. The warmth of his body, the way his skin pulsed under my touch, the electric connection that ignited between us. Yet there was no way to retreat, only the magnetic force between us pulling us nearer, in a manner neither of us had anticipated. In that fleeting moment the world faded away, leaving just the two of us, entwined in a dance of stolen kisses and gentle caresses. Everything felt achingly perfect, as if we were meant to be, even if it was just for now. In that fleeting moment, my heart sank as I understood I had misinterpreted the depth of our connection. Felt so wrong. He was family, yet my heart raced at the thought of us. We were two souls intertwined, caught in a connection that felt both exhilarating and wrong. A fire that burned brighter than anything I had ever experienced. The air between Lucas and me crackled with unspoken words, a charged silence enveloping us as we stood frozen in place. The stillness was pierced by the soft creak of the front door swinging open below. We stood frozen, my heart pounding as I instinctively pulled away from Lucas, panic surging through me. What have we just crossed? What was this spark igniting between us? A wave of guilt crashed into my heart. Yet, intertwined with it was an undeniable longing that I couldn't push away. I felt ensnared, caught between the fleeting magic of our shared moment and the undeniable truth that we were tangled in something deeper. We couldn't take it back. Lucas lingered, his gaze piercing into mine, yet his face betrayed nothing. The air crackled with unspoken tension, a closeness that felt both exhilarating and wrong. "Eva," he breathed, his voice trembling, as if the weight of his unspoken words hung between them. The soft echo of footsteps climbed the stairs, stirring a flutter of anticipation in her chest. Lucas heard a voice that sent a shiver down my spine, one I knew all too well. My heart ached. It was her, Jessica. I leaped off the bed, heart racing and breath hitching, lost in a whirlwind of uncertainty. My heart pounded as I searched for an escape, but every thought led me deeper into the chaos of what we could never have. Could I truly confront her after everything that had just unfolded? The door to Lucas's room creaked open, revealing Jessica, her eyes wide with shock, a mix of longing and hesitation hanging in the air between them. Her gaze darted between Lucas and me, a storm of emotions swirling in her eyes as she tried to make sense of the moment. What's happening between us?" she asked, her voice trembling with uncertainty, yet beneath it lay a whisper of something deeper, an unspoken understanding. Perhaps that whispered to her that something was amiss. A wave of heat washed over me, leaving me pale and breathless. Jessica's presence sent a shiver down my spine, and in that instant, the world around us felt impossibly wrong. Words failed to capture the intensity of what had just unfolded between Lucas and me, a moment both exhilarating and fraught with unspoken consequences. My heart raced and the words slipped away, caught in the tension of the moment. My heart raced as I stumbled over my words, caught in a moment that felt both thrilling and wrong. Lucas, perched on the edge of the bed, wore an expression of deep confusion, as if he were caught between two worlds. His hand brushed nervously against the back of his neck, a flush creeping up his cheeks, as he struggled to find the words that danced just out of reach. Jessica's eyes flickered from him to me, and in that fleeting moment, a silent connection sparked between us. In that fleeting instant, the world around us transformed completely. Jessica sensed the shift, the unspoken tension that lingered between us, but her response caught me off guard. Instead of anger or disappointment, her eyes held a profound, haunting sadness that spoke of unspoken desires. As she entered the room, the soft click of the door shutting felt like a secret shared between them. Her presence was magnetic, drawing every gaze as the air thickened with unspoken tension, a hush that felt like the quiet before everything changed. "Patricia, my heart races at the mere whisper of your name. You need to understand something," Jessica whispered, her voice a tender caress that caught me off guard. "There's a depth to this that neither of you can fully grasp, a connection that pulses with unspoken longing." My gaze fell upon her, a whirlwind of emotions swirling within me. What is happening? Could it be what I think? What else could there possibly be? The silence hung heavy in the air, a bittersweet reminder of Jessica's departure. Her words lingered, a bittersweet echo that etched itself into our hearts, tangled in the chaos of our unspoken desires. Her gentle understanding and whispered promises ignited a spark I never saw coming. Longing. "Jessica, my heart races at the mere sound of your name." I wasn't angry. She held on to us even when it felt wrong. Instead, she took a risk on us. A fleeting moment, delicate and filled with longing, yet undeniably present. My eyes met Lucas's for a fleeting moment. His face held a blend of guilt and confusion, along with an unspoken longing that sent shivers down my spine. He averted his eyes, his fingers fidgeting in a dance of uncertainty. He carried the burden of our secret, and I could see it in his eyes. The moment our paths crossed, it felt like fate had woven a secret thread between us. Yet, as I pondered, it became clear that none of this was meant to be. Everything had spiraled, slipping through our fingers. What I felt deep down was that we couldn't pretend it didn't exist. We couldn't ignore the spark that had ignited between us. Jessica knew it all along. The emotions swirl, tangled in uncertainty. Every unspoken word hung in the air, heavy with longing. It was a truth that couldn't be ignored, no matter how much it hurt. "My heart whispers your name, Lucas," I whispered, my voice quivering with unspoken longing. "What happens next for us?" His name lingered in the air, a whisper of something both beautiful and unattainable. Gazed at me. His eyes shimmered with a whirlwind of unspoken feelings. "I'm lost in this feeling. Patricia, my heart races at the mere thought of you. My heart is a whirlwind of confusion. What should I feel? I'm torn between fury and longing, consumed by a deep sense of shame. Or if I'm even permitted to feel anything at all." His voice trembled, a fragile whisper that betrayed the turmoil within. He felt the weight of our unspoken bond pulling at his heart, a fierce longing battling against the vows he had made to Jessica, his wife. One conversation was never enough to untangle the emotions that bound them together. It was never that simple. With a shaky breath, I stepped closer, feeling the electric pull that drew us together. I longed to reach out to him, to offer solace in the shadows of our unspoken connection. Yet doubt lingered in my heart, whispering that perhaps this wasn't meant to be. I was lost, caught between what I desired and what I knew I shouldn't want. "I don't think we can unravel it all in this moment," I whispered, my heart aching with the weight of unspoken feelings. "But I feel we must share our truths, to lay bare what lies between us. This is a tangled web of feelings that can't be brushed aside." Lucas's heart raced as he nodded, a mix of longing and uncertainty flickering in his eyes. His expression was heavy with unspoken feelings, but not resentful. "Absolutely. I've always known. I simply can't. I'm lost in this whirlwind of feelings." Our fingers intertwined, a spark igniting in the silence between us. Their touch lingered, a mix of solace and unvoiced longing. Passion. We begin by confessing the truth of that moment. What we shared, what lingers between us. And then we discover what lies ahead together against all odds. His head dipped once more, a silent agreement laced with unspoken longing. His gaze softened, a fleeting moment of vulnerability breaking through. "It won't be simple. Patricia, my heart races at the mere thought of you. But I yearn to know. I need to know what this connection really means for us." I held his hand tightly. The touch was both soothing and heavy with unvoiced feelings. "I'm lost in the uncertainty. Lucas, my heart races at the mere thought of you. I can't bear to think about what comes next. But I can't escape this feeling. Never again. We lingered in the quiet, hearts racing, the air thick with unspoken words. Two hearts adrift in their own worlds, struggling to understand the whirlwind of emotions that had swept through them. The path ahead was shrouded in uncertainty. Nothing comes without a price. Feelings that linger, unspoken yet powerful. The turmoil. It was all too much to bear. But what Jessica had given us was a glimmer of hope, a chance we never thought we'd find. A moment to confront it all side by side, to face the tangled web we had woven together. I stole another glance at Lucas, and for the first time, everything felt electric, as if the world around us faded away, leaving just the two of us in a moment that was both thrilling and dangerous. No matter what came next, I could feel it in my heart. We would confront it together. With a heart laid bare. There was no way to make it right. There's no easy path to mend what's broken. Yet a flicker of hope remained, yearning for connection and solace, and perhaps for something deeper. As I leaned back, my heart raced. My heart races with all the unspoken possibilities. Jessica lingered in my thoughts, a bittersweet ache I couldn't shake off. Her words, wrapped in calmness and a hint of understanding, had unlocked a door I never knew was there, revealing a world of unspoken feelings. She had held on just a little longer to the fragile thread that connected us. She had chosen to embrace us instead. She had opened a door just a crack, letting in the air of possibility, space to feel the weight of what transpired. But what would come after this moment? What might happen next? What if we dared to acknowledge the intensity of our lingering emotions? Is it possible for us to take that next step? Or would the burden of it all crush us beneath its intensity? But those questions linger, waiting for a moment that feels too risky to explore right now. It was just Lucas and me, wrapped in the quiet of our unspoken feelings, a tension hanging between us that felt both thrilling and wrong. We both felt the weight of the moment, knowing that everything had changed forever. All we could do was surrender to the moment, crossing a line we never thought we would. Whatever it is, it pulls at my heart in ways I can't ignore. And somehow, in the shadows of our secret, we would find a way to make it work.